Smile.
Why?
Because you're on camera.
Oh. Like on video?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What do you mean? You don't want to be on video all the time? You want your
No,
whole
I didn't want
life
to be.
documented?
I didn't want to be on the camera. Like I don't like taking pictures.
But you're so pretty. She can't resist. Good video of you dropping your food. Would you want to get mashed potatoes from like a box? So Emily and I went back to Clemson the other day to go and visit some old friends from college. It's one of Emily's former roommates and a guy that I used to work with. And going back to Clemson for one of the first times that wasn't a sporting related event in almost a year really started to make me think. Thought that I've had for a while about what people in our position as recent college graduates should expect now when we actually graduate from college. That's vastly different from what it used to be. You would go to your four-year university and you would immediately be able to get a good paying job in your field, buy a house, settle down, and start a family. But from what I'm seeing across the board, I might actually be one of the few people who is fortunate enough to have landed into a position that allows me to have the sort of quality of life that previous generations also were able to have. Recent college graduates are struggling. It's something that I'm noticing everywhere I'm talking about. I see it on internet forums, I see it on Reddit, I see it on everything where it's the struggle of the recent college graduate to get a job that we've basically been promised if we do the right things, then we'll end up getting a good paying job and just start living like the previous generations have been able to do. But we're not. Go to college, which has a rising cost that is rising way faster than the rate of inflation. We take out ridiculous amounts of student loans. And I didn't even have to go in there with no scholarships. I had scholarships. I had help from my dad's GI Bill. I had help from my parents. And I still walked away with thousands of dollars in student loans. I sold cars for the first 6 months out of college because that's the only job that I could get. And then I was fortunate to get picked up by a very large company that I truly enjoy working for, but I'm still struggling to get by, and I make a decent amount of money. I'm one of the few. A lot of people this day and age, I'm hearing and I'm seeing some of my college friends and college roommates. I have a friend who is now working as a band director at a high school in Tennessee, or at least that's what he was doing. He went to graduate school and he's struggling to find a job that's paying him enough to actually survive. This friend that I have, another friend, is now working for a reputable firm, trying to work his way in and literally going door to door knocking to try and get sales, to try and actually make enough money to support himself. I have a friend who, because of her graduated from Clemson University like I did, a top 25 public university, and the only job that she was able to get before she ended up going back to pursue a graduate degree was working as a bookseller for Second and Charles, which is like Books A Million except for used books. It's like the GameStop of used bookstores. There are a lot of exceptions to these. A lot of my friends who also ended up going and doing engineering degrees were able to get good jobs. I do have a friend who works for Duke Energy as an engineer, and he's making a good amount of money doing that. But we were told to pursue what our interests were. I graduated with a degree in hospitality and tourism management with the mindset that working for a service type of job would be more stable and more secure in the long run than possibly working in a manufacturing type of job. I thought that being able to provide people with an entertainment and good value on what they're doing with their leisure time would be something that in the long term will probably pay off more. I still have that mindset because I believe that we're moving towards a more post-scarcity type of economy, but that's not the point right now. I have friends who majored in communications, mass communications, music, a lot of these arts and things that we are told to pursue and to go after when we're kids, and there just simply aren't jobs for those fields. I have people that I know who have a bachelor's degree and are making barely over minimum wage at whatever retail job that they can find. Emily and I went to a restaurant the other day, and one of our waiters actually went to the University of South Carolina, and the only job that he was able to get here in Greenville was waiting tables. It's not as simple as it used to be. So the question is going to college worth it? Is it still worth that experience? It depends. And it depends fully on a couple of things. What you major in. Obviously, what you major in is going to be the single most important factor in what your post-college career is, right? If you majored in photography, obviously you're going to be a professional photographer. Not necessarily true. I majored in hospitality and tourism management, and I'm currently working for a very large national retail company. I'm not doing anything that's related to what my major was, with an emphasis in sports camp management. Nothing to do at all with what I'm doing. So if you majored in a STEM type of major, an STEM like engineering or a medical field, then yeah, you'll probably end up having a much higher chance of working in your actual area of study. If you are like a high school senior and you're looking at going to college and you're trying to decide what is it that I want to major in, think about it with a future mindset. Think about it with your future, with America's future in mind. Don't think about it from, I really like to draw, I really think that would be fun, or I've always liked to play with Legos, maybe I could be an architecture major, maybe I really like playing the trumpet, maybe I should be a music major. You know, a lot of those things might be more fulfilling at the time, but if you're looking at going to college to get a job, don't major in something that isn't going to actually be beneficial further on down the road. You don't need to go to college to be an artist. No one needs to teach you how to draw. You don't need to go to college to learn how to shoot film. You can learn that on your own. You don't need to go to college to become a better musician. If you're looking at being something like a band director for a high school, yeah, sure, that's fine. But if you're trying to go out and make it on your own and break into the music industry, then the way that you're going to do it is just by working. You're not actually going to get there by attending class. There's only one way that you become a better artist: practice. That's how you become a better anything, is you practice. So if you're looking at trying to do something creative, if you're looking at trying to do something that you think is your passion, don't study that. Don't study English. Don't study literature. Don't study creative writing, because you don't need that. You don't need that. I'm not saying don't pursue it. I'm saying don't study that in college. Don't take out $30,000 in student loans to go and be an English major. If you're going to go to college with the mindset of developing your skills into some sort of career, it doesn't matter what it is, study something that you know is going to have a financial impact on your future. Like me, I didn't study film, I didn't study YouTube, but I'm doing this right now because it's something that I want to do. And the only way I'm getting better at it is by teaching myself. I didn't go to film school, I never had any classes on any of this. I'm just trying to learn as I go. Hopefully that'll be something that will be productive and give back to people, and something that I can take some of my experiences from college and showcase those to other people, some of my experiences and struggles post-college, and again, show you guys what it's really like, because life after college is not what everyone was promised. It isn't. Today, and a lot of people will go out there and agree with me, it is not as simple as get a degree, get a job, buy a house, settle down. If you look at the statistics, our generation is buying houses at a lower rate than any other previous generation. We're renting more than any other generation ever has. We have lower job security than any other generation has. We typically spend less time in a job position than our previous generations did. There's a lot of reasons that we could delve into that would try and illustrate that, but it really only comes down to one important thing, and that's that everything is changing, and it's not necessarily changing in a way that going to college is going to help. It's frustrating. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars to go and get a piece of paper to tell other people that I'm competent and can actually work. I've always been competent, I've always been able to work, and honestly, I can tell you I wouldn't trade my college degree and my experiences at Clemson for anything else in the world. But if I could go back now at 25 and start from fresh and start as a freshman again, then my perspective would be totally different than what it is now. I would like to think that if I was to go back and get another degree, or maybe even pursue a master's degree, that I would go in with a lot more focus and a goal in mind at the end. Because when I did, I didn't really have a goal. I kind of just went with it. And I feel like that's too many people doing that. And to not really have a goal in mind, to spend over $30,000 on tuition over the course of the 4.5 to 5 years that I was a full-time student at Clemson University, that's a pretty big investment to make without actually knowing what the eventual payoff is going to be. I hope this is a little bit useful. I hope it's something that might get your gears rolling if you're thinking about going to college. I hope it might be a little bit useful when you're trying to think on what did you want to major in, or what are you going to do post-college. I'd like to do a lot of videos on explaining some of the struggles and ways that I've come through different things in my post-college life. I'm going to try and shoot a video at least once a week about life after college, or different things to struggle through college or after college, just to kind of share some insight, because I've gone through a lot. So I hope you guys join me as I continue to travel through 2017. It's the end of January. This will be video, vlog 11, but video number 12 or 13. I hope I can actually reach a whole lot of people with these and just continue to accelerate my YouTube channel throughout the course of the rest of this year. Thanks for joining me, guys. Don't forget, if you have any comment, or if you have an idea on what you would want to major in, or you want to share a little bit about your own post-college or college struggles, go ahead, comment it below, and don't forget to hit subscribe or like and share this as well, so we can try and get some good conversation rolling.